Okay, this is the tail. I already cut it out. And, I forget. You guys are also going to need fabric scissors. So the fur I'm going to be using is some cheap fur from Walmart. It's not like full fur, it's just like a short, soft fur. And then for the tip, this tip right here, it looks like a really small tail, but it's not. It's just a part of this giant tail. And I would make it curved right at the corners because you don't want it to look like a sketch. So if you have cut everything, I didn't draw, but I drew where I wanted the fur to be cut off. So yeah, and sorry, I'm nervous as well. But it doesn't matter. I'm just a beginner, so I don't really judge much. Okay. So that, and the bag of fur is in here. I'll show you guys the fur in a minute. Okay. So I'll show you guys the fur. It's like blanket fur. I'll show you guys. So this is the side you. I can barely see it. Here, let me pull you guys into the light. So this is what the fur is gonna look like, and it doesn't really look like it has a backside, but you can kind of see it has a backside. So could be using this. Remember, this is my second attempt. I screwed up the first attempt because I was dumb. So black fur for that tail, and for the other part of the tail, I got. So that was from Walmart. This was a cheap fleece from discounted fleece from Hobby Lobby. And what I use to stuff my tails is, or any other people use is polyfill. It's cheap, so right. Let's start sketching out sketching out the pieces on the fleece and foam. The fleece and fur. Also, I'm doing this at like 10 at night. I'm just really tired, okay? So you're gonna want to take this. I had to duct tape it. I used at least 3 papers long, like not. I used it this way, not this way. Portrait mode. And then I used 2 up here for that top, that drop. Okay, let's trace it out. Okay, I traced it out and everything. It's a little choppy, but it'll work. So you're gonna want to cut. Make sure there's a seam allowance. This is the most important part. Make sure there's a seam allowance. You're gonna at least want a few centimeters of seam allowance. I don't know how much. I'm just going to try. Let's do it. Okay, here it is cut out. Sorry about the feet. So it's a bit choppy, but so I can save time because I took time making sure there was space for seams. I'm just gonna trace it out, or if you have time, you can take the piece of paper and trace it again and then cut it out, but I'll show you guys the end result in just a minute. Sorry I'm talking with my hands. I'm sorry. Also, if you're using Sharpie, make sure when you flip this inside out, not inside out, when you flip it over, make sure you don't see. That won't turn on. My flashlight won't turn on. But as you can see, it doesn't right here. It doesn't bleed through. Just make sure, because sometimes with fur, it will bleed more than fleece. So just be careful, guys. Sorry for dogs barking, but I have, this one is the one that I cutted with the seam allowance, and this is the one that I traced from that with the seam allowance. So, yeah. Now, to trace that part of the tail on the black fabric. Okay, so you're gonna grab this giant piece of paper that's holding on the life and dreams and duct tape, and then you're gonna want to trace this out. And if you're using black fur, remember, use a chalk pen or chalk marker, I guess. Okay, chalk marker, and pop this off. Does it still work? Yeah, it does. And you're gonna get crusty fingers. Remember that. You're gonna get a lot of ink on your hands. Why am I holding it up like that, L? Okay. I'm done cutting it out, and this is how it looks. And I'm pretty satisfied with it. There was one thing I screwed up. So if I flip it over, because we're not gonna see this. We're not gonna see this. This is gonna be inside. So when we're gonna sew it, we're gonna sew with the drawn or the marker side up, and then we'll pull it out, but we don't have to worry that for now. But I forgot, if you're actually using real fur, you're gonna want to comb it on the direction you want the fur to go. So let's say you want the fur to go down, and this is down and this is up. It doesn't here. So this is where the belt loop would be, and this is where the connection with the velvet is gonna be. You're gonna want to make sure you comb it, and I didn't do that on paper because big brain. But you're gonna want to make sure it goes down, and since this is like a one-way fur, so this way is soft, and down, which is down here, is kind of rough, but still soft. That's all I got, and I will cut the other tail out, the other side of the tail out. Okay, it is done, and it is ready to be sewn, but I'll do that in a few days. And thank you guys so much for watching, and this will be part 1 of a few, like 3 or 2, of how to make a fursuit tail. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.